Welcome to Everything Home. Today we're just going to talk about an emergency evacuation bag, because a lot of us never think about emergency evacuation bag when a disaster happens, like natural disaster. It could be storm, tornado, you have to evacuate your home, and we should have a bag with certain key items in it. So, because sometimes that's all you have the opportunity to take is just to grab that bag and to take off. So I'm just going to talk about some ideas that is logical to be in that bag, but you can figure out what is more important for your bag. And, so you have children, what to put in this bag for your children to take with you if in case that natural disaster happens. So I'm going to start with this radio. This is an emergency radio, so you can take it with you and you can pick up news, because sometimes everything is down and you cannot pick up news and stuff. So this is supposed to be able to pick up about 5 to 7 radio stations. So you're traveling, you pull up your antenna to give you to pick up whatever frequency for you to hear the news and what's happening on the news. You can also charge your phone on this radio. So you taking you have your phone and the battery is dead. You can also charge your phone on it. So it's always good to have a phone charger cable within that emergency bag, so that way, because sometimes we're not going to remember yet grabbing this bag to take an emergency a phone card with you for charging. But if you have it in your bag, you're fine. So this is it's a radio. So we'll thing, and it also have a flashlight. Let's turn off the light a bit and see it have a flashlight. But this flashlight, I find it's not as bright as I thought it would be. And here is my flashlight. See how bright my flashlight is. So it's like I keep this flashlight in my purse all the time. So in case I go somewhere and it black out and I'm trying to find my way home or to my car or something, I have this flashlight. So I find this flashlight is brighter than the flashlight on the radio. So but you can look for your own emergency radio, because Amazon have a lot of choices. I just saw this one and then like it, so I bought it. Also, documents is so important, and sometimes, for instance, your passport, your family passport and stuff like that. And so this is a very important bag to have, because it's fireproof. So you have all your family documents, important documents. It could also your housing documents, whatsoever that is important to you, and you put it in this bag. So it's all ready, and even if it's in fire, the fire will not penetrate this bag. And it have a zipper and also Velcro. So that will be something to consider, to keep all your documents in one place, and that will help you to move the process along faster. This is a sleeping bag, an emergency sleeping bag. I bought it, but I'm not too keen on it, because yes, it's small and it's handy to take in your emergency bag, and it's light, but I don't see how, if you're in a car and sleep in a car where you have that padded, this will work. It's you get, for instance, you in your car, and you're out in some weird place that it's difficult to get help at the time, and your car break down, like in the winter and stuff like that. This would be good for you to wrap yourself in and stay in your car. But like if it's to sleep like even outside, I find that would be very difficult to sleep with a sleeping bag. And this is also emergency blanket, and I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but you can see it have like that foil inside, and it's supposed to keep you warm. So that's another thing you can have in your emergency kit. Then let's go over to here. You know, sometimes if you have children or yourself that having to find a bathroom, this is what they said. It's family toilet. It's, you know, supposed to both male and female can use it, but I think this top is a little bit too small for the female version. But you know, it's handy when, you know, there is no other way, because, you know, it's great for the guys, but you know, as I said, I think this lid for the ladies is a little bit too small, but you can extend it. This gives a little bit of urine. So that's the toilet for your family in case, you know, a situation hit. Also, let's come over to, you know, having some washcloths is good. They also have, you know, disposable washcloths. So I think, you know, having some disposable washcloth is also great. You know, you can use it to freshen up yourself and keep going. And also having some toothpaste and toothbrush in your emergency kit is great. You know, also you put some clothing inside of it, underwears, you know, and at least one, like about 2 or 3 outfits, because sometimes you're evacuated and you don't know how long it's going to take you to get back into your place. So at least 2 to 3 days outfit will be great for you to have in that bag. Also, as I said, toothpaste, toothbrush is another great thing. Also some food. So it's like, you know, having some protein bar is good, and even this protein drink, it's like, this is quite weighty, so I don't know how much protein drink you could have. You could have more protein bar, but this is like a meal replacement, so it would, you know, tie you over for a couple of days if you have a couple of them in your bag. And then also water is important. You know, having this, you know, a couple of bottles of water, it might weigh your bag down. But they also do have you know, the more little package of water that you can also take with you. So you got to decide what's, you know, going to work for you, because this bottle, you know, it's, after packing a couple, it might be quite heavy, but you know, you have to look at situation for yourself and decide. Also, like, you know, take some canned food with you, but take the one that you can just open on site, because you might not have a can opener to open them, but if you have this, you just pull it up and you can have yourself a, you know, some tin food to have with, you know, what you want to take, some bread with you, that kind of thing, you know. But you know, just to make sure you have at least a day meal, it's good, because you know, sometimes with all of the chaos that's happening, people end up into even like churches and stuff, but there's no food at the time, and they're trying to scrum to find food for people. But at least if you have yourself some, like, you know, like food and stuff, like crackers and, you know, canned salmon and things like that, you can able to survive at least for a day or two until they sort things out and figure out what they're going to do with you. How, you know, are you going to be able to go back into your place, or you're just going to have to stay out for another couple of days, that kind of thing. So, you know, it's important. It's very important for us to always have an emergency bag. And for your kids, you know, you know, decide what you're going to pack for your children, because it's so important to always, because in a disaster, and you're trying to calm your children down and you're trying to pack at the same time, it's going to be chaotic. Because I can tell you, in September 2020, September 22nd, 2023, I got home to my apartment and it was flooded. I won't get into the details of it, but then I had to leave, and by the time they're rushing me to leave, and there was no need for all of that rush. But by the time I take a few things and got to a friend's place to stay for a couple of days, I already didn't pick matching stuff. Like, you know, I had like a top, like no bottom, or like a bottom without a top, that kind of, so you kind of end up in a mismatch stuff. And so where in which if you have an emergency bag set up, then, you know, at least I would have myself, say, 2 or 3 outfits in that emergency bag that I could just, you know, grab and take off. And so, you know, it's vitally important. You know, sometimes we live this carefree life because even for instance, we live in Canada, so nothing much going to happen and things like that. But you never know when that rare disaster, an earthquake, a storm, a tornado happen, and you have to figure out, okay, how do I get out of this place now? What do I take and stuff like this. So this is just an to just give you some information of things you need to look for and to put in your emergency bag. Like this is just a bag right now that I would say put these things in. But this wouldn't be my permanent bag because I prefer like a knapsack that you can put in your bag, that you can able to move faster with. And plus if you have children, then you know you having that knapsack on your back, you're able to handle your children more effectively. And you know, giving them their little knapsack on their back also, you know, to be able to move along more faster. Because, you know, when these things happen, you can see, you know, like, you know, officers and stuff is there, firemen, and they're trying to just get people out as fast as they can. Because, you know, things sometimes, places people live, you know, bridge caving in, house caving in, and all of these things. So I just want to share, you know, with you just to be more vigilant and look at your situation and decide to, you know what, I can put myself an emergency bag together. So if in case, you know, something happened, I have some things to take with me. Because even like for the radio, you know, like maybe say every 2 months, you know, it's sitting in the bag, you charge it because, you know, it have a USB charge, and just to make sure, you know, everything is well with it if in case you need it. And then this is also a crank that you can crank it up. You know, you crank it up if, you know, you don't have power and stuff like that to help, you know, to make sure you can, you know, generate some power into it so you can pick up radio frequency and you can know what is happening out there in, you know, in all of this chaos. So I just want to say thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video. And just once more, consider putting an emergency bag together, because a lot of us live, you know, and we just don't think about these little intricate things, but it's very important for us to really look at it and to know that, you know, a disaster can happen anytime, and how do I prepare for it if I'm not ahead of the game? All right, thanks very much.